the discussion that we're having, and the discussion that we're having is, if you were married or intending to be married, would you be okay with living in a separate location than your spouse?
Yeah.
So please look out for us on all your major podcast platforms. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe, and the bell, please. We are trying to build up these channels, man.
Oh yeah.
We need y'all help to do that. So please do that. Um, Again, we got that Patreon coming for you. We just building up more content there for you. So when you do get on there, you don't just have one video.
Right. Shoot. It's hard out there for some players. You know what I'm
Trying to
saying?
tell you, boy. But again, if you have any comments, you want to come on the show, you have any topics, please email us at KINGANDEYE369 at gmail.com. Again, that's King and I 369 at gmail.com.
Man. Whew. Honestly, look, I don't see how people maintain happy and healthy marriages like that. I know people out there are doing it. I know they're doing it. So I'm not saying that it's not happening. I just can't see how it's happening. And that's going off of my experience and the experiences that I've heard from other people. Yes, they love their spouse. Yes, they say they'll stay married. Yes, this blah, blah, blah. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But I just don't. Yeah, man, a lot of these people are burnt out, either with their spouse or with the idea of marriage, period. And it has nothing to do with tradition. So yeah.
I mean, I totally get it. A lot of people do get burnt out on being married. Hell, I've been married for 10 plus years, and there are times when I be looking at myself like, nigga, how did you get here? And again, that's nothing against, my wife, but marriage really is a lifelong commitment. And if
It's
you're
work.
not, it is. That shit is, again, like I've said before, that shit is 24/7, 7 days a week, how many days of the year there are?
365, and every fourth year is 366.
It's a lot of goddamn work, man. And there are no days off. There are no, what, let's put this on pause until I get a chance to catch my breath.
And I think that's why a lot of people are opting to do what this discussion is, live in separate places, because it's too much. They're burnt out.
It could be.
You can love your spouse all day long, up and down. But for me, if you really have to, like, if it's not work related and you make the decision to live in separate houses, you cannot tell me that your marriage is that healthy. I just refuse to believe it.
Yes. Again, speaking only from my idea of marriage, for me, again, I'm happy. Do I think our relationship could be better? Hell yeah, it could be better, but it could be a hell of a lot worse too. I think that I won't want a perfect fucking relationship though. And I know a lot of people like what? You don't want a perfect relationship? Hell no.
That's unrealistic.
Yeah, because the thing about it is, once you start feeling you want the perfect relationship, you're gonna do everything in your power to get there. And then once you get there, there's no more work to be done. Like, let's think about this now. If someone says, I need 100% out of you to make sure, I get everything I need, and you give them that 100%, and then they still may not be happy. So what do you do then if you're already at 100?
100%, 100%, and in anything is not sustainable over a long period of time.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear that perfect relationship. Just say you want the ideal relationship that has balance, because your input fluctuates and you have to have balance somewhere. So, I mean, if you're striving for protection, for perfection, you're striving for failure. Um,
You are. That's
that's how I
exactly
see
what
that.
you're striving for, because
But mm,
you're asking someone to give you something uh, that once they give you everything, they have nothing left for themselves.
right, yeah,
So again, you're looking for perfection, and to look for perfection, I think that's kind of, like King is saying, that's unrealistic. It gives you nowhere else to go. It gives you no room for error. I
none.
don't know anybody that stay 100% every day.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, if you are if someone is giving you 100% and that's what you expect and that's what you're used to, then when they let up because they're tired or whatever the case may be, you're going to get disappointed
Mhm.
more than you would be if you had balance. So, yeah, don't come at me looking for perfection because I ain't perfect and I ain't trying to be perfect. I'm just trying to be the best me that I can be. And hopefully, I can be the best for you that I can be at that period of time. If you're not satisfied, then make a decision.
Right. So let's move on to the trust when it comes
Yes.
down to a dynamic like that.
Oh man. I have basic trust with people in general, overall, especially women that I deal with. But core trust, I don't have for whatever degree it may be or whatever reason. I just don't have that core trust in the pit of my stomach to where I'm not going to worry about. I don't have to worry about anything. But the thing with me is I'm not going to stress or impose that upon any woman that I deal with. If I say I trust you, I trust you to be you. I trust you as far as what I know of you and what you've shown me. But
Mm.
I don't have blind 100% trust in anybody. Um, and I'm not I'm not insecure or jealous in the point to where my lack of trust is going to be a problem. Um, because I'm pretty nonchalant when it comes to that. Now, it's not that I don't care. I just I expect people to be people in that degree.
I totally agree with you on that. When it comes down to trust, I too feel like this. I trust you enough to know that you're gonna be you, and that's all I
Yeah.
can ask. That's all I can ask. As far as like, do I think my wife would cheat on me, or do I have a feeling my wife would cheat on me?
Mhm.
I would want to say anything is possible, and there's no disrespect towards her. Um, do I want to say she would cheat on me? I would hope not, but I'm just the type of person, I trust people to know that they're gonna be human at the end of the day.
Mm.
Now, would I want her to cheat on me? Hell no, no, fuck no. Um, would I be mad? Hell yeah, I would be mad. But I've been through enough relationships and I've dealt with enough women to know that no matter how good you treat someone, whether that be male or female, they're gonna do what the hell they want to do at the end of the day.
Mm.
So, one thing I do trust is my motherfucking self to know that if something like that did happen, trust and believe I'm gonna be me. So don't expect for me to stay in a situation like that. I'm not gonna do it.
Mhm.
But trust is a major part of any relationship, I think. I think you just gotta be open enough and willing enough to put shit on the table.
Yeah.
And with a situation like that, where two people may find themselves living separately, you have to have that discussion of, okay, what do I expect from this relationship? Do I expect for you to stay 100% intimate with me and me only, even though we live separately? I would think that would be a conversation. Some conversations, couples would have. Do I think everybody's gonna have that damn conversation? Hell, fuck no, they're not gonna have that conversation.
It's not even about them having that conversation. Who the hell is serious going to have that conversation and seriously stick to it 100%?
I mean, think about it. There are plenty of damn couples that are in open relationships,
Open
live
relationships.
two separate lives.
But how many of them have this discussion and their expectation is you're only going to be intimate with me, but we live in two different goddamn states or whatever the case may be? How many of them are seriously, like, without a shadow of a doubt, sticking to that?
I don't have any numbers on that.
I am not going to sit, I'm not going to jump, I'm not even going to jump out there and say that a lot of them are. Now, there are some out there who are doing it, but yeah, I don't believe a lot of them are.
My whole thing is this, right? We're grown here, right?
Mhm.
So we know that there have been people who have been married for years and years and still have done their own thing on the side. That shit has not fucking stopped, and I doubt if it ever will stop. I
Mhm.
don't care if you make that shit a damn law. And some places really is a law, but it's not a law. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you sign a marriage contract, that's what it is, a fucking contract. So, you're expecting for people to go along with that, what they interpret to be within that contract. And it's not always that case. I just think that people are gonna be people at the end of the damn day, regardless again of how good you treat them or how bad you treat them.
I look at marriage contracts as
Mhm.
bullshit. Um, it's only a requirement to me, in my opinion. It's only a requirement for people to have an avenue to go to court and get money from the other person if it doesn't work out. Regardless of the history behind it, we've seen what it has turned into today. Because nobody in their goddamn right mind, well, nobody in their minds, or whether right mind or whatever mind, sticks with the vows of their marriage, whether they're written in their marriage license certificate or they take vows before whatever entity they pray to. I've yet to see anyone to honor their vows 100%. So I'm not even on that planet with anybody on that. So yeah, nah.
We've seen about a certain individual. I'm not even gonna speak his name, but who basically has got blown out of the water for creeping, for the lack of a better word.
You talking about Derek Jackson? You know what? You know what? I'm glad you brought that goddamn. I'm glad you brought that up. Let me tell you what irks the hell out of me the most about that. All right, and this pertains to every person on social media who considers themselves a relationship expert or whatever the case may be.
Right.
Unless you got a damn PhD, a certificate, or some type of credible something, and this is your business, miss me with that bullshit relationship shit that you spitting on fucking social media. I have seen so many videos and posts about people being pissed off and mad because Derek Jackson is talking all this relationship stuff, and oh damn, he got caught cheating. Of course he got motherfucking cheating. God damn it, he's giving you his goddamn relationship opinion. Period. It could be from his experiences in life or his observations of every fucking body else. But he's no expert. And even if he was an expert, why the fuck are you getting mad? He wanted some other piece of ass. It happens. It happens. And that goes back to our topic. Hey, he and his wife may live under the same roof. He got tired of that same piece of ass. But they didn't live separately. They lived under the same roof and he was tired of that piece of ass. He burnt out. So what? Don't give a flying, whatever. But at the end of the day.
My whole thing is this, right? My whole thing is this. What this individual did was he basically painted himself to be
holier than thou?
Yeah, holier than thou. And he destroyed basically a lot of fucking people on social media who did the same damn thing that he did. Who did the same damn thing. Just because they got caught before he got caught.
I follow him, but I've never really watched any of his videos.
Oh man, this cat. Oh man, you I'm just gonna put it to you like this. Go watch some of his videos. Because he really destroyed a lot of people, especially men. I mean, this guy really has a hard on for destroying men, in my opinion. But now that the shoe is on the other foot, you know what I'm saying? Now that your ass been exposed for doing some shit, now you want God to forgive you. You lost your way from God.
Using God as a scapegoat?
He's using God as a scapegoat.
Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. But anyway, look, while we was having this conversation, I had texted a few people and asked them, could they live separately? This first person says, me personally, no. But I know some people that do it for marriages that were done just to benefit both parties, needing benefits or dependents. Let me see. This one says, oh, hell no. This one says, I could, but it would have to be for a good reason. Like if our work situation forced us to have to temporarily live in separate homes and it couldn't be permanent. It would just have to be a temporary situation. This person says, no, sir. If someone asked me to marry them, one of us would have to move. And this person says, it depends if our job requires it, but we would have to have visits once a month. And this last person said, just yes. That's what they say. I couldn't do it.
I mean, again, it's one of those situations where you would have to have that understanding of this is what we both are agreeing to do. That we love each other enough to be married and all the things that come along with marriage, but that's not necessarily saying we have to live underneath the same roof. But back to the person we were talking about before. I don't have a passion for hating on this person. I just think that
his opinion is not that serious.
Yeah. But a lot of people have been, just going in on this individual.
A lot of people have been going in on this person.
Deeply going in.
Like, yeah. They've been making comedy spoofs about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. But my thing is this: it's kind of like for me when I found out that Jesse Jackson had an outside kid.
Mhm.
I was so freaking hurt. I was so disappointed in this man.
Mm.
Um, because back then, being young and wanting to believe in a strong melanated leader, and when they do something that lets you down, you hurt. You are really hurt. It's kind of like you feel betrayed, even though you don't even know this damn person. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like your own fault because you wanted to believe in someone so bad that you thought that they are capable of not being human. You're basically saying you can't fuck up in a leadership role. You
Mm.
can't do that and expect for me to respect you.
Mm.
You can't be human and do things like that.
That's a traditional belief. That was a traditional belief.
Right.
If we want to throw tradition out there,
Mm-hmm.
but these days it's not that serious. If you get caught out there, you just get caught out there. Depending on what your name is, that the impact of it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Wow, it's funny. I just got a response. This person says, "Yeah, I like my personal time. That's why I always wanted to marry a pilot or a truck driver." I think that's just fucking sad. I mean, but and I say sad, not that person's opinion. It's just that again, the reason this conversation came up was because of Carrie Hilson. Next time she get married, I wouldn't mind living in my place. This person lives in theirs. So my thing is, why get married if you don't want your spouse there? I mean, off the break, you don't want your spouse there. If you're married and this comes up later, okay, that's a different discussion, depending on when and why this is coming up. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
But it's kind of like, to a certain extent, people saying, you can't love someone or be in love with someone, even though you're married to them, but you live separately.
Love is conditional.
You think so?
Hell yeah, it's conditional. Like, serious, love is really conditional. Like, what person on this planet can you? Let me word this correctly.
All right.
What person on this planet that you have been in a couple's relationship or situation that you loved unconditionally, and just to be exaggerate the point a little bit, and you're still with that person, because unconditionally means you love them unconditionally and they ain't going nowhere, neither are you.
I mean, it does happen. I mean,
Okay, but I'm exaggerating
like
my point. If you love someone unconditionally, where are they now?
let me back up, right? Remember me telling you about my friend who actually was involved in a relationship with a married woman, but
Mm-hmm.
her husband knew about him
Mm-hmm.
and they were all cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think that situation right there. And again, they still live up underneath the same roof, the married couple do, but they both got outside situations going on. They were just honest and open enough to say, "Hey, this is what it is." It's not that they don't love each other any less, but they just love each other enough to let them be and do who they are or who they think they are. So I think that comes back to this topic, in a way of, um, I love you enough to give you your own personal space.
Mm.
Now, what goes down within that personal space? Now, that part would definitely have to be discussed, or not discussed. I guess you could say.
See, That's too much going on, man. Just keep it simple.
But really though, I mean, cause
Oh man.
we're talking about, you know, people having open discussions about, you know, their disposition in their relationships. So that would definitely have to be something that's on the table if you are mature enough to handle that shit. And again, there's not a whole lot of people that are mature enough to handle that shit.
You goddamn right, because I'm not doing that shit. We not living up under the same roof, and nah, not in the marriage. Let me clarify. I'm not going to be married, and we got all that other shit going on. We not doing that. When we say we married, we gonna be married. We're gonna present ourselves as a married couple. It especially if we have children observing the situation, because again, in our culture, we have too many broken homes and too many definitions of what a complete family looks like, when we've gotten so far away from what a complete family looks like that we have so many broken families, and that is too much of the norm. And you know, yes, times change and this change and that and the other, but I can assume to say that as a culture, our idea of all of that is not based on our core foundation. It's because of the beliefs of others that are not us. They broke us up, and we were forced to, or we made or felt that we had to conform to those type of ways. If we stuck to our traditions and our ways and our cultural findings, we as a culture would not be so damn broken. And that's just a personal belief of mine.
Okay, so with that being said, and if we're talking about hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is before this, in my personal opinion, this lie was put out that we were slaves and all that bullshit. But anyway, if they're saying we're from Africa, right? And I'm going there. If they're saying we're from Africa, and our tradition in Africa, as it is today, where a man can have more than one wife, then aren't we kind of living a lie now because we're expected to be a man with one wife?
You goddamn right. But that doesn't say, that does not say, that does not say I'm going to live here and my wife is going to live tribes away. No, I'm going to live here in this tribe with my 3, 4, 5 wives and my 30 kids. That's where it is. No, I don't have a wife here, a wife in a tribe over there, and that's what it is. Because at the end of the day, that man was there to take care of his family. He wasn't like, oh, Umfufu, I'm going to go live in Zimbabwe all the way down here, and you stay in Nabucco all the way over there, and we're going to make it work. No.
Too funny.
If you break it down to Native Americans who were in this country so long ago, before they had it stole from them, you had a tribe, you had the man there, you had the woman there. You didn't have the man here and his wife was in another tribe. If she was from another tribe, she came to his tribe. Period. There was none of that. So for us, we need to learn how to build our foundation up strongly before we be talking about some, oh, yeah, you can live over there, I'm gonna live over here, and it's gonna be cool. We are not built like that to have that strong connection to where you're gonna live there, I'm gonna live here, and we're just going to be faithful 8 states away forever. Get the fuck out of here. No, hell no. Hell no. And the people who are doing this and living up under the same house in separate houses and are not cheating or having sex with other people is because they don't have the desire to have sex, period, which is a different animal. If you do not have the desire to touch your mate, period. I'm not saying, but we don't have to do it every day. We can do it once a week, twice a week, once a month. Okay, you still have the desire. But if you don't have the desire at all, then I can definitely better understand and living in two different places, because it's like, we're not doing that. It's too much, goddamn it. Fuck that. I can't. I'm not doing it.
Oh, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave that one right there. And we want to thank you for joining the King and I Life podcast. This has been definitely a very interesting topic.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
But you guys can find us on Facebook, YouTube. Again, hit that like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Help us get those numbers up.
Yes, get them numbers up. Boost them, boost them, boost them.
For sure. And we're definitely coming to Patreon. Yeah, we might put this one on Patreon. I don't know yet.
At least some of it. Shit.
Hey, hit us at that King and I Life, King and I 369 at gmail.com. I've been doing good here lately.
Right.
But anyway, that's KINGANDEYE 369 at gmail.com. And
yes.
We look forward to seeing you guys in the future.
Yes, and get ready. Because this Wednesday coming up, what's the date on that? March 31st.
I believe so.
March 31st, this Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. We got something different for y'all. We're going to be interviewing a soon-to-be high school graduate.
Miss Destiny Williams.
Yes.
That's out to her.
We're going to pick her brain because, you know, when we graduated, it was one thing. When our parents graduated, it was a different thing. And between the time that we graduate and they graduate now, it's a different planet.
Whole new
period. So we're going to talk to her. We're going to hit it hard with them questions. We're not going to pull no punches because, you know, the world ain't going to pull no punches. And you know, we want to get some insight from her and give her some insight as well.
For sure. So until the next time, people.
Yes,
Peace.
yes.